All right. It's a big one.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Ken's new story about the senator or the congressman that wants to...
California.
That is so performative.
Everything's performative.
Trump didn't even come close to winning California in either of his elections.
It doesn't matter.
And so, but he's got to come out and put a bill up that's going to prevent Trump from winning California by any possibilities if he did run for a third term or tried to.
Which he's not going to do.
And he's not going to do it, but he wouldn't win even if he did.
No, you're not winning California. You're not. You're not going to win California.
Maybe he's just trying to poke the bear to see if Trump will try to run.
Oh, I think they would love it. Right? I do. I think they would absolutely love for him to run. But it isn't going to happen. It isn't. Sorry.
By the way, how old would he be? He'd be over 80, right?
He's 80 now, right? Is he 80 this year? Doesn't he turn 80 this year?
I believe so.
So he would be, what, 83?
It's something like, yeah. 81 or 82 or 83. By the way, I saw a headline earlier today. I think it was NBC. Like 24, I want to say 24 U.S. senators, or maybe it was just Congress members, period, who are up for re-election in the next cycle here in the midterms are over the age of 80.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got to find that headline.
Did you see people used to worry about Reagan's age?
Did you see Mitch McConnell? He was talking about something on yesterday.
Is he running again?
No, he's bowed out. This is it for him. But he was talking on the floor yesterday. Honest to God, I don't even think he knew where he was. He's all, watch it, fella. The worst there's been some bad ones, but when they rolled out Dianne Feinstein.
Oh, that was terrible.
Somebody should have been held to account for humiliating her like that.
For humiliating her, right? Say what you want about her, but humiliating her and her legacy, right? Because she was a pioneer way, way back in the day. And the abuse, right? I mean, what do you mean? How do you feel about being back here? I've been here the whole time. What? And they say, can you vote? She's like singing the Star Spangled Banner. It's like that movie. It's like Vacation, Christmas Vacation. They want you to say the blessing. And she stands up and she's like, pledge allegiance.
Yeah, it says right. So it was from NBC. The figure comes from an NBC News review noting that 24 total members of the so-called silent generation, ages 80 to 92, are currently serving, and more than half, specifically 13, have announced plans to run again.
Do you think it's, well, and this is the thing, too, that look at the people who surround these people. The person that was with Dianne Feinstein, those two people had been with her for years. They were the ones who did everything. They didn't want to give up their power.
Right. They had a job.
Yeah. Hell, there was a lady in Texas who was in a home. She was in a memory facility for months before anybody knew, a congressperson. The hell are we doing? They should make him come in and do jumping jacks or push-ups or something.
Got to do some pull-ups.
Like Jack Palance trying to win an Oscar?
Yeah, exactly, like that. Doing the one-hand one, flipping back and forth. I don't know, something. Good God. You know what? You know who's going to win that? Bernie Sanders. You want to know why? Because I keep doing the things I like to do.
Because I'm good.
That's why. Because I'm good, and I love America.
I tell people what they want to hear.
That's it. I know it's not going to come true, but it doesn't matter. Brian said most politicians over 80 are trying to avoid hell.
What, do you not have to go if you're in office?
You can't go. You don't go if you're in office.
It was the old mayor of New York, Ed Koch. HBO did a 2-hour documentary about him. It was fascinating about him, because he was a bachelor and everybody kind of knew he was, he's like Lindsey Graham, Little Light in the Loafers and stuff. But his team used to say, and he agreed, that if the cameras aren't on him, he doesn't exist. Like it doesn't, It doesn't matter. He doesn't exist. It's like he never existed. He was going to die. And maybe they think that way. But I think there's a lot of people around them that push these people into stuff. Don't do it. We don't need 80-year-olds. We don't. Age restriction, I think, like anything. An age restriction, how about this? When you get to a certain age, so you run, let's say you're 68 and you're a congressperson, you run, you go to 70, you should have to take a competency to make sure everything's okay.
If you're asking politicians to take competency tests, we're not going to have any politicians. So I'm down for the idea.
Yeah. And you should, and by the way, you should have to do it in front of the country. How funny would that be? Just ask him just rando, easy questions.
Senator McConnell, can you please say nothing for us for 45 seconds?
Watch it.
I got that one down.
Oh, I can't believe this happening. Oh, gosh, guys. Oh, he's the one who killed the whole thing with the hemp and everything.
Yep.
God. He's a jerk off. How does Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul come from the same state?
I have no idea.
Kentucky is interesting with its politics.
Because you got Massey.
Yeah.
Right? It's funny. They were talking about Massey the other day because it was his birthday the other day. He was on, I was watching him. He was doing an interview. He goes, if I called Trump today, he wouldn't pick up. He goes, Elizabeth Warren calls him and they have a conversation. And you know who he's texting almost every day? Mondani. Trump and Mondani become texting pals.
Yeah, they got a bit of a bromance going on, from what I understand.
Yeah. And the reason is because Mondani has a lot of ideas that Trump likes, and Mondani took a lot of Trump ideas as far as populism as well, and ran with it. So now that they're buds, that's hilarious. But he won't talk to Massey.
Because Massey, made him butthurt.
Yeah, because he voted with him. And, Massey, I was watching him. He said, look, it would be 424-1. And then everybody would go, who's the one? And then they would throw a big fit about it. It passed.
How dare you not support me?
Yeah, it's so crazy. Kentucky, Tennessee, Canada. What?
Tennessee's Canada.
Oh, is it Tennessee's Canada?
Yeah, they're right above us.
Is that our top hat?
Yeah.
It's our top hat, eh? I just, we got to get these people out of here. And if you're Bernie and you're motoring and you're doing fine, I don't have a problem with that. But at some point, look, Trump goes, but we can all be honest, he's not the same as he was in the first, because that job is hell. He's not. He's not the same as he was. That job takes it out of you. Go look at all those presidents, man. They come in, they look vibrant, they come out, they look like hell. And then 6 months later, they look like they're sober fresh. They don't have to deal with stuff.
Yeah, Obama got gray real fast.
So did Bush.
Yeah, Bush did.
There's some wizardry going on, too, that Trump's not gray yet.
Yeah, well, we know what that is. We know what that is. He is orange, but he's not gray. It's very orange. Very orange. It's a very orange thing.
He thrives on it.
He does. Trump loves chaos and craziness. People that have worked with him always said that. He loves that. He loves to pit people against each other to see how they're going to brawl. This is what's going to happen between eventually JD and Marco. This is what it's going to be like. This is the kind of thing I could see with Trump. Marco will say something that really Trump loves. JD says that doesn't quite say it, and then he's going to go, Marco, you can sit next to me tonight. JD, move down one. Because that's him.
That's your punishment.
Yeah. Because they want him to endorse him because they think that they're automatically going to be president. They think, I don't know. If I had to choose right now, I'd take Marco over JD every day.
Well, he's a multitasker.
He is. He's got a lot of gigs. Wait till he finds out he's got to run Iran.
If he won the presidency, he'd nominate himself as vice president.
As vice president.
Say, I'm just going to do both jobs.
And Secretary of State.
Save some money.
Oh, goodness me. I can't believe there's that many people running here over here. Who was the other guy? Was it Byrd? How old was Byrd when he left?
He might have been
84?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, God. That guy was so old. Man, all of those.
Being a Klansman takes it out of you.
Well, it does. It does. Absolutely does. Remember that? Remember when he yelled, was it barbaric? Or was that him when he was yelling about barbaric? He was being a Klansman, no doubt about that. So when he finally retired, he was 1,700 years old. So, too old. He was, when he finally, he cast his 18,000th vote.
92 years old when he died in office.
Yeah. Wow. He never lost an election. Are you ready for this? Bird's service on the political front exceeded 60 continuous years. And he was the longest serving member in Congress in June 7th, 2013, until his...
Pathetic.
It is. It is. We have allowed... what we've allowed is for these people to build fiefdoms.
This is what happens when elections become name recognition contests.
Yes. Yeah. Like that movie. I'm telling you guys, go watch Distinguished Gentleman. You'll laugh. It was not one of Eddie Murphy's bigger movies. It was that time when, he was doing movies, but they really weren't doing anything. And he wasn't, I don't even think he was the donkey yet. But he plays a guy who's in Florida, who's like a con man, and he's got the same name as the congressman who dies, and he runs on his name, and people vote for him because they don't know any better. They don't. And so that's how we end up with wackadoos. Strom Thurmond was 93. Oh, that's right. I forgot that. Oh, God. It's too much. We need new blood. We need new blood. Both of them all say they have a bench. I mean, the Republicans have a better bench than the Democrats, but currently in the Congress and Senate, there's a lot of...
Yeah, there's a whole lot of uselessness.
A whole lot. Just way too damn much. We're going to talk a little bit coming up about the magic that is the healthcare thing. I'm kind of going through some of it right now to try to find out how good it's going to be. And like anything, I always think of these things like movies, right? You go and you write a movie, and then you turn it in. What's that show you watch, Ken? What's it called with Seth Rogen?
Oh,
The Studio?
The Studio.
So by the time that you get the script back after 75 rewrites, it is crazy.
Yeah, when the money people start weighing in on whether or not there are enough people of color or gay people, that's that's when it goes south, man.
There's a great movie that came out a long time ago, Kevin Bacon. It's called The Big Picture. And he wins. He's like this NYU student, and he wins this big competition, and they're going to let him make a movie, and this movie he's written and everything. And it stars Michael McKean or whatever. So, and he's going to be like the director of photography, and they've got this thing, and it's this movie that's going to be shot like a Frank Capra movie, and it's really serious and it's artsy. And by the time they're finished rewriting it, instead of it being a love story like kind of The Notebook, it's two hot lesbian flight attendants who fight a ghost. Because that's what happens. That's what happens. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, coming up. I don't know if we heard about Timothy Busfield and the horrible things that happened there. Yeah, another star was taken to the custody yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. First, Timothy Busfield. Now, Emu.
Interesting. I'm in pursuit of an emu. I'm currently behind the emu. He's running back southbound in the middle of the road.
That's right. It's a corporal right there chasing the emu all over 45 minutes in only one state. This would happen. Anybody have a guess?
Where's Doug?
He's on vacation. He's in the Bahamas.
I know where it happened.
Where? Liberty's going to bail him out.
Florida.
That's right. Florida. So finally, the guy gets to Emu and does what?
A little closer. There we go. There's that one. Don't move. Don't move. Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Oh, couldn't catch him. He's got his cuffs, ready to roll. Put him on Limu.
Is this where you live? I'll be honest with you, I've never handcuffed an emu before, but they'll fit around his legs, and that'll keep him from kicking. And you go. There you go.
That's right. Finally, they got him. They put him away. They had a standoff, though.
Don't look at me that way. Hey, don't bite me. Don't even think about it.
Oh, that's
Don't
assaulting
do
the
it.
officer.
Are you done resisting? I don't want to have to charge you.
And then he said, "You're lucky I'm not ICE, or we'd have just shot you." Pretend like you were going to take my car and run over.
Yeah, because it's an emu, so it's got to be alien at least.
At least an alien.
Not
yes.
necessarily illegal, but, you know,
Yeah, I don't know where this one came
not from this country.
So I reached out to Limu's people, and they said that he strongly denies the allegations and looks forward to fighting this in court right after he gets out of rehab. Limu, Emu, and Doug. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. A lot of you chiming in about the old people who are in Congress and whatnot. Yeah, we got to stop that. We do. What would be a good, so let's say we're going to do terms, right? What would be a good 4 terms in Congress and 2 terms, or maybe 5 terms in Congress and 2 terms? I don't know. What would be good?
3 terms in the Senate and...
No, that's 18 years. I don't want to give him that long.
Okay, 2 terms in the Senate and 3 in the House.
Yes. Okay. And I think you should only be able to, so if let's say you're in the House for the 3 terms or 4, whatever it is, and you want to run for Senate, you're only allowed to do 1. If you've been in the House for X amount of terms, you're only allowed to do 1 in the Senate. So we put an end to this forever politician that gets ingrained into a system that is designed for them and for the powers that be to fleece the public for the most part, and then tell you that they're fighting for you and I.
Well, it's the public that empowers them with their lazy voting. Well, that's the name I know. I'll just push that button.
Yeah, this lazy voting. It is lazy voting. There's no doubt about that. But I think we need to really have a look at this. The problem is the people that would vote on this are the people that we're trying to tell them no. There's an appetite in this country for this and for them to not be able to stock trade.
Not big enough yet, though.
Well, it's just, here's the thing. You ask somebody, hey, do you think that they should be able to stock trade? No. But it's not big enough, like you said, to the point where, because most people say that, most people say term limits, but it doesn't affect them enough in the overall way of culture war and all this stuff to make it such a big deal. So we'll see. All right, coming up, once a week we do it. Bring on the youngsters, the Gen Z generation. If you guys have any questions for the youngsters, we're going to ask them questions about what their life's like, how things are going, because I think it's important. They vote, and they're very independent. They're much different than maybe any generation out there. We're going to talk to them about that and the things that they worry about in the future, because I'm sure they've got some stuff they worry about in the future, and their future could be longer than we realize. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Every week we bring the youngsters in, talk about pop culture, politics, things like that, to kind of, just bend their ear to find out what's going on in the younger generation. We need to know that. The lingo. Hey, by the way, so AJ's here and Madison's here. What is the hot word for 2026?
I'm not up with the trends.
What is the hot? What are the kids using?
Well,
Are we cap, no cap?
It's a number.
What was it, 6'7"?
That's probably the biggest thing right now.
Oh.
But it's really annoying.
It is really annoying.
But it's probably the biggest thing.
It is probably the biggest thing, 6'7".
I think people are also like a new slang word. I don't know if you've heard this, but it's like low-genuinely.
Low-genuinely?
It's a mix between low-key and genuinely put together. Low genuinely.
The hell
it's
is
a real
that?
thing. It's a real thing.
Low genuinely, Lily.
Low
I
genuinely.
have not heard that.
What was it?
yet.
I saw one today, guys, called retromancing, where kids your age, the young adults are going back to 90s dating where they're making dinner for their boyfriend or girlfriend or the person they're going out with. They're giving them mixtapes,
Oh wow.
which is awesome. Somebody loves you if you get a mixtape.
Writing letters.
Writing letters. That's right. That's huge.
I'm a big, I live across the country from my family, all my friends, and my boyfriend. And I love sending letters in the mail.
Yeah, that's very big. That's like making its comeback. Do you do handwriting? Do you cursive?
No.
No, I don't do cursive. No.
You don't know what cursive is.
Yeah, it's so. My daughter, she's 7, and she wanted to learn cursive, so she's been learning cursive. And it's funny. I said, "Now, Charlie, you're going to learn all these things. Now, when you get out in the real world, they're going to tell you never to use it again."
And after she's kind of figured it all out, she's going to realize it wasn't learning cursing. It was learning cursing.
Oh, she knows the cursing. She's got that
okay.
down. Although, you know what? My daughter, if you say anything, she'll be language.
Potty mouth egg.
Yeah, potty mouth egg. That's what she calls me. Okay, let's start. You said you guys have questions for us. What would those be?
I think you had one.
What year were you guys born?
1970. Like, what year were you born?
I thought you were gonna say.
I was born 2 years before there were footprints on the moon.
Yes. I was born a year after that.
Okay, so the dinosaur age was pretty cool.
See, you guys think that. We're not boomers, though. We're Gen Xers. Right? We don't feel, we're not boomers.
Yeah.
No,
okay?
the dinosaur age was not cool because you're always worried about getting eaten.
Well, and there was quicksand and tar pits.
Yeah, you guys
Everywhere.
guys
Yeah.
never had to worry about
didn't have
the
to do
fear
that.
of the quicksand.
Yeah, that was not a big issue for us.
So we were talking, but here's we were talking yesterday about music. By the way, AJ's mom dated Bubba Sparks.
My mom was listening to this.
You dated Bubba Sparks,
Awesome.
but he didn't know who NWA was.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
You lose cool points for that.
You lose cool points for that.
Well, I heard the Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah,
But I didn't know the.
you didn't know they were real. I thought it was a fantasy.
But I only saw the shirts that people would have. They would say straight out of 5th grade or something. I knew that, but I didn't know that it was a group.
So, because Rich downstairs, the big promotions guy, he's like, you should just play music for him and ask if they've ever heard any of this music. I said, we do that with Bell. He plays music for me all the time. I'm like, I have no idea who the hell that is, Bell. Because Bell is the Beltanica of music. So you guys grew up, you've never known anything but the internet, have you?
I feel like there was young childhood. I remember my parents had a phone with a wire. And I remember we did have DVDs, so I guess that was pre-internet, but I guess it was pretty early on that I got.
My parents had a phone with the wire.
A house phone, a home phone.
Landline?
A landline.
Yeah, they had one of those.
So they don't know that you guys have never ever had the joy of starting to use the. Oh crap! I messed up. Got
Rotary
to start
phone,
all
yeah.
over again. You never had the joy of that.
I know. I used one recently, though.
You did?
Yeah.
Where?
All right.
My boyfriend's family, they have one in their house.
Awesome.
Is it yellow?
No. I
They're
think it was
yellow or beige.
Yeah, I think it was beige.
And you had to use one of those?
Yeah, I used it. I called my mom. I could hear
right.
great from her.
Do either of you know what a busy signal was?
Is that when multiple people were using the phone at the same time?
This is how far it is.
Actually, no. I remember that because we had multiple phones, and I picked up the phone one time, and my mom was calling, and I listened to it. Right?
So, let's say I called Madison's house, then you tried to call her house, and we were talking.
Yeah.
If she didn't have call waiting, which is where you could just flip over and talk to the other person really quick, it would go which means they were on the phone.
That call waiting was a big deal,
Oh,
man.
it was huge. Once we got call waiting, we're like, I don't think the world will ever get much more advanced than this.
Man, they're rich.
Yeah, they're rich. Star 69, I know who you are.
Yeah.
That's when you used to be able to try to find out who called you before phone
yes.
Yeah, for ID. You guys, we know what that
I
is.
do know that.
So, but you guys really, how old are you? You're 20?
21.
21. So, oh my God.
We were talking about this recently. I had a flip phone and a slidey keypad phone.
Oh, like a kick, whatever those things were called?
I don't know. It was blue and it had slid up.
Yeah.
And I didn't get social media I guess I had like an iPod, but then I wasn't allowed to have social media till I was in like 7th grade.
That's not bad. What about you?
I had Instagram in 8th grade. I had it on an iPad. I didn't have like a phone until I was in 8th grade. So
When did all your friends start to get phones?
6th, 7th grade.
6th, 7th
grade. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That is very interesting. The we have our Gen Z moments here that we're having. You guys and you guys were born after 9/11.
Yeah.
What do you guys know anything about? Because obviously, you know, my son's going to be 16. He'll ask me questions when it comes around, but you guys don't know anything about that.
Yeah, like I've seen videos or like they talked about it in like every day, like every 9/11 on like school day in like middle school or something. Like they would show you the videos, they'd show you like the newscasts, and like they would talk about it. So.
And what did your mom and dad ever say about that?
My parents would always tell me like they remember exactly where they were.
Everybody remembers.
Everybody remembers.
Everybody remembers.
So I mean, I've heard those stories from them, and my dad's actually a firefighter, so I think those kind of things like hit home, you know.
Yeah, well, I could see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean that's being a firefighter, because obviously so many of them died. I mean, it eliminated a good portion of New York's fire department. But it's fascinating when you sit there and go, oh yeah, we all remember what 9/11 was. We were all doing jobs that day. We were all talking on the radio probably that day or doing something like that. And to think you guys you're adults, but you didn't know anything about it.
Mm-mm.
You didn't know anything about, waking up and seeing the world change.
Have you gone and watched videos of it?
Yeah, like the newscasts and other videos. And I went to the George Bush Presidential Library, George W. Bush, in Dallas, and they had a bunch of exhibits about it. So
I've been to the 9/11 memorial in
Okay.
New York.
So that's interesting. What'd you think of it?
It was cool.
It was cool.
Well,
It was pretty cool.
I feel it's hard to say that,
but you don't remember what was there.
Yeah.
So you don't remember that walking up to something and seeing the giant buildings, the Twin Towers. You don't remember. You see something and you're like, oh, this is neat looking, because you don't remember the reason we have this is because we were attacked.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen Friends, and they like cut to like the skyline, and you see it there. But
Yeah, which is weird too. Like for us, for people who've lived through it, it's weird to watch a movie no matter what it is, and they show the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
When
That's
the
weird
first
for us,
Spider-Man movie came out, one of the trailers had the Twin Towers in it, and 9/11 happened, and then they basically had to digitally remove the Twin Towers.
Oh, wow.
Because they weren't there anymore.
Yeah, and because it was so close to the actual filming and date of it. Talking to Madison AJ here as we talk about the younger world. One of the things I want to talk about, because it gets, and I think it's like an important subject, was, did you guys ever worry at school about the what if shooter thing? Because when I was growing up, we had drive-by shootings in LA, but we knew there wasn't mass shootings. They were trying to shoot, gangsters or
Gang
shooting
wars.
each other. It wasn't, it was like Colors and NWA kind of stuff. But it wasn't until Columbine happened that it was like, oh my God, these things can happen. And then of course it's been on everybody's mind. And you guys are at that age where stuff happened, the Parkland, that's kind of, do you ever worry about it?
Like now or when we were
When you
in
were there?
school?
Did you guys ever think about it?
I think when those big ones did start to happen, and obviously everyone was talking about it and schools were taking precaution. I mean, I think in those moments I was kind of like, oh yeah, like that's really scary. My schools, and I'm sure probably every school, hopefully, were very much like they would put us on lockdown if they like saw someone weird walking outside.
Oh,
of
really?
school.
How big was your school?
Small. I'm from a small town in North Idaho.
So they just lock you guys down.
Yeah, they were like pretty good about it. So, I mean, we would go on lockdown a lot of times, and in those moments I would kind of be a little nervous, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, I grew up here in Wilson County, and I think one time at West Wilson, there was like some kind of criminal had like escaped and was like in the area nearby, and so like they put everyone on lockdown. And then I think at Wilson Central they had a bomb threat like the year after I graduated. So I saw like a bunch of my friends post on like their story that like they were all in like the football facility, like locked down. And then there's also like this like criminal that like escaped from a jail and was like at our like baseball fields at Wilson Central. So they locked everyone. So like stuff like that like happened. So it, just kind of.
Yeah, because we never, like, growing up, I mean, Ken, Belle, did you guys ever remember once being locked down for anything?
Never.
No.
All we ever had to do, we had to practice for tornadoes in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We did that too.
See,
Yeah.
we practiced for earthquakes, and then once a month we would practice for nuclear war, because you guys don't remember what the Cold War was. But we lived on the coast, and we had a lot of the armory over in Seal Beach and Long Beach, so we would have to practice for nuclear war as if getting underneath the desk was going to stop anything.
Yeah, that was the recommendation when the bomb dropped, was get under your desk. It'll save you.
Yeah, and make sure you're at your own desk so they can identify your body later on. So, but yeah, you guys never had that. That's so. Did you practice lockdowns?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, they had drills
Wow,
For
that
different
is so
stuff.
weird.
for everything, really.
Yeah.
That is the
Fire drill.
weirdest. Like, because we just can't, like, say we had the tornadoes or this, that, and but the whole thought of like gunman thing is so foreign to our generation. Because it wasn't a thing. Even though it probably happened, it just, because there was no social media, so it wasn't as hyped as it is.
I'm pretty sure that the principal and the teachers in my school and high school were armed themselves. I don't think a gunman would have gone very far in my
See,
school.
that's and it's my friend Becky Lynn, who grew up in Knoxville. She used to tell me in her southern accent, and she was our news lady out there when I was in Phoenix. She used to tell us all the time. She goes, every boy at school had a truck with a gun in it.
Yeah, that was
Because they would stop on the way home and maybe hunt or do something. And, it's a different time.
Yeah.
It is. It's crazy when we think about, like you said, your teachers probably all had guns.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, every car, and well, especially every pickup out in the parking lot had a shotgun and a rifle in the rack in the back window.
Because you never knew when you saw dinner crawling by.
Well, they would, yeah, exactly. They would stop and hunt on the way to school or on the way home.
Yeah, I've heard Becky say where she lived out there. She said the other thing is there was a gun in school because there were bears sometimes, and so they wanted to make sure that if there was a bear or something happened. I've heard in smaller schools they have that, rural schools, that just in case something like that happens. But in today's world, you couldn't even imagine the things that we did where we weren't even, the teachers and principal go, just get back to class and stop being a dumbass, where you guys would be suspended for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It is. All right. The Gen Zers are here. If you got any questions for them, feel free to shoot them at us on the text line. Tweet at us as well at Chad Benson Show. We'll have them back here in a second to talk about, because I got something to ask about the social media side of stuff that we never had to deal with. Straight ahead, Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. It is that time of the week we talk to our youngsters. AJ and Madison in the house. These are the next generation. Well, now you've got Gen Alpha that's after you guys, right? So you're Gen Z.
Yeah.
What do you think of the millennials? They suck? Because the millennials and the boomers fought, but they also fought with you, the millennials.
Yeah, I feel like the millennials are kind of like cringy, like on the internet.
Yeah, they are super
Like,
cringy.
they're
Whiny,
super
huh?
Cringy, yeah.
Whiny. They give you guys a bad name because they lump you guys in with them.
Yeah, but we're way better than they are.
Oh, 100%.
Easily.
Yeah. And Gen Alpha's way better than them. The millennials have issues. There's no doubt about that. So you guys, we never had to deal with, if there was a bully in school, you tried to avoid him, but if something happened, it ended at 3 o'clock, you were home. You never saw him again until the weekend or whatever. You guys never had that because you had social media.
Yeah.
How weird was that? Would you rather somebody try to take their lunch money or post horrible things about you?
Take my lunch money.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You've seen, I'm sure, some nasty bullying in school through the social media. How fast does it spread?
So fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always false stuff that spreads.
Yeah, totally. Well, who is it? Winston Churchill say? A lie will be halfway around the world before the truth wakes up, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's that kind of thing. So for you, you're going to school, kids are out there, and then there's cliques and there's all kinds of stuff. Next thing you know, something starts to spread. It gets around the school. And how do they deal with it?
How does who deal with it?
Like the school, like your schools, did the teachers get involved? The principals get involved? Is it, how did that work?
There was a situation where a principal had to get involved at my school, and it was like a mass email to everyone about like a fake video that had been spreading around. So yeah, principals got involved if it got too big.
That's insane. Did they monitor? Do you ever think that they were monitoring your stuff?
Oh, they definitely monitored stuff. And like they also they monitored everything. There's another situation with a different school where they posted something that they shouldn't have on like some Barstool account. They made like a Barstool high school account.
Oh, really?
They like posted something they shouldn't have, and they got in big trouble for it. So
what about you? You went to a smaller town, so gossip was always there, but then you had the internet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And like our, like you said, like principals, like very involved. If one thing happened, everyone knew. And I don't know, maybe I'm kind of a bad person to ask because I was very involved in my school. I was kind of a goody two shoes. I was in student council. So like I played sports. So for me, it was like, I was never going to like post anything that would, get me in trouble. And I feel like a lot of people were like pretty good about it for the most part because my school was like very, like monitored it a lot. And like you would get expelled from, or what's it called? Like when you like can't play your sports, can't play in the game for the week, suspended.
Wow.
Like my school was very hardcore with stuff like that.
That's nuts. I mean, we did all kinds of stuff, and luckily there was no cameras back then. Yeah. So, because we were stupid, and but we also had a different time where you were basically, like you said. I mean, I've been at school where guys are getting fistfights. Teachers would grab the kids, and look at them and say, "What the hell are you guys doing?" Shake hands. You guys are dumbasses. Get back to class. And in your world, those guys are in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we still had fights like that at our school.
But what happened to the kids? They were suspended, kicked out, maybe.
Yeah, they get ISS or
what's
ISS? It's in
school suspension.
Well, sometimes they got OSS, which is out of school suspension. So they basically just stayed at home for a day.
Yeah, in school suspension is stupid. So wait, I can't go to school, but you want me to come to school? That's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, but out of school suspension wasn't even like it was on your record or whatever. But it wasn't like a punishment. Like you just skipped school that day. I guess you had to make up the work.
Yeah, dude, get the OSS if you're going to do anything.
Yeah.
All right, AJ, and as always, Madison, good to see you guys. We'll do it again next week. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program straight ahead.